first one, I totally forgot his name, but like it was about how women get paid less than men in the work. They get paid like about a fraction of men's income for about, like, it showed a 50-year span. So like it showed like capital differences, gender and occupation like differences, and then discrimination in industries. So like it was like skills and experience like differed for men and women due to education and experience opportunities. There was an uneven distribution of men and women in different work fields, which causes a fluctuation in income distribution. And then there's just female discrimination when like trying to get advances or promotions in certain fields. But then there's like legal remedies and then market remedies to prevent it. So there was the Equal Pay Act, the Civil Rights Act, and then the Civil Rights Act set by the EEOC to help prevent like the discrimination and distribution differences in certain companies. And then there was also minority groups given certain reservations in market activities. And then it's like really conflicting because men get paid more for laboring jobs while women get paid more for like supporting jobs for like nursing, other things. And then for my next one, it was about like minimum wage, the current dollar, and then like manufacturing wages. So like federal minimum wages, which is like the lowest a person can get paid at a career. And then people want it to like the minimum wage to fluctuate with inflation due to like prices going up while also like income going down. And then it showed like a graph showing the different like labor productivities in different like countries. So like the US had the most productivity per employee, while Norway had more productivity per hour. And then like it showed how inflation, minority wages, and then manufacturing wages like fluctuated to the current dollar. And then like manufacturing wages is how much like a workplace gets paid for their manufacturing process.
Mine was on like I did something on the Labor Relations Act and the Wagner Act. So I wrote that the Wagner Act, it made people eligible for minimum wage because they weren't really making much money. It established overtime, half of overtime since they were working 40 hours per. It made it in 1940. It made it so that they could work 40 hours per week. The Taft-Hartley Act, 1947. So it was for different workers that there was different industries that they could work in. Like since everything was a union, so they separated them to the industrial union and the craft union, which they were different because craft union they all worked under the same branch, but they specialized in different things. And the industrial union or something, they all did the same thing. So, but they did that because most of them were unskilled, and so they created the unions. And then the Taft-Hartley Act allowed for the right to work law, which made it illegal to force workers to join a union.
I'm going to read off the summary that I wrote, so it might sound robotic. Collective bargaining services as a negotiation platform between elected union representatives and company officials addressing crucial aspects such as pay, healthcare, working hours, and conditions. The negotiation process involves compromise to reach agreements beneficial for both workers and management. Mediation utilizes neutral third parties to aid in dispute resolution, while arbitration entrusts the third party with the final decision. Fact-finding entails a neutral third party collecting information and proposing non-binding recommendations. Injunctions may be sought during disputes, and seizures involve a temporary takeover by the government. Presidential intervention occurs when the president urges both parties to resolve their differences, and despite the historical advantage of unionized labor, there is a decline in union due to employer resistance, legal strategies, and enticing employees with board positions and higher pay. Union workers generally receive higher incomes through givebacks may occur given contracts renegotiations, and gender pay disparities persist, often attributed to differences in skill, education levels between working women and their male counterparts.
And then when I was reading yesterday about unions and labor force, I'm focused on in the big industries and also the difference in wages between occupations and why they exist. So something that I noticed is that the difference in wages and age, because I read in the textbook that more workers over the age of 45 are unionized than younger workers. And then on another page, on the section about wage differences, it says that most union workers also benefit from seniority, the length of time that a person has been at the job. And I think that it was a good connection because you can't have seniority at a job if you're like 16 and just joining the workforce. Also, the skill levels for younger and older workers isn't the same, and it's not likely that a teenager has a certificate or degree, or even any previous professional experience in a specific field, so how could they get hired for jobs that require it? And many jobs that require things like the degrees and wages, not the degrees and wages, the degrees and the experience have higher wages because they require like those skills and experiences, which take time. And it also means that those jobs wouldn't have as many people working them, making the wages even higher because there's like a supply and demand for the workers and those skills, meaning that if a field of work has less people in it, the people who are working it